So this is a video on fence repair that I'm doing. So anybody can repair a fence, but I'm selectively replacing rails, posts, and pickets while keeping the fence up, and that proves to be a little tougher. So I've made a few improvements and tooling to make that easier. One is, I'll pan out here, is I've created this large L bracket made out of 4x4s, scrap 4x4s, to hold up the fence when I remove a post. So I just screw it temporarily into the whatever rails I have available, and then weight it with a cement block, and that's how I keep the fence up when I remove one or more posts. So I just remove them incrementally. The other thing I'm doing is I'm retaining the footings that are dug out. So if you look here, this is the existing footing, which proves to be pretty square. It's just that the post rotted in place. So I'm digging out the rotten post, retaining the footing, and then extending it. So one of the things that makes that I figured out makes that easier is I actually use my shop vac to vac out the loose dirt around the existing fitting, so the existing footing, so that I can pour my new footing, etc. The other thing that's odd about this fence is that it doesn't use standard dimensional lumber. So for instance, this rail here to the left, I've replaced the rail because it had termite damage, but this rail is a true 2x3 inch lumber. So and I'm replacing it with what's available, which is a nominal 2x4, which is really 3.5 by 1.5. So that sort of complicates things. It makes for a more complicated setup here. The other thing that I'm doing is selectively replacing these pickets, because they had some of them were badly termite eaten. They all have a little rot on the bottom, but they're basically sound, even though it's almost a 30-year-old fence. But some of them are badly had bad termite damage. If we go over here and look at some of them, you know, there's one where the termites really went to town. So that has to be replaced. The other thing, I said the rails were non-standard in this fence, so were the posts. So the posts were a true 3x4 inches.